We're diving into Aeon's Trespass Odyssey, and I just have to ask, what the flock is going on? Like, seriously? Dennis, this is a lot.
It's a flocking big game.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to Quack Co, the board game channel where every video is 10 minutes or less guaranteed, and today is Flocking Friday, where we spend a little bit of time talking about little things, nuanced things, big flocking things that annoy us, that piss us off, that make us a little frustrated. And we're sitting in front of a game where we have spent the better part of 5 hours just to play through the prologue. You've spent the better part of 15 hours learning and getting ready to table this, and I don't even know that we are flocking ready to play this game yet.
Not without some flocking errors.
Dude, what is happening here? Why is this so hard to actually get down to the table? You don't walk them through the nightmare that, and I mean that, the nightmare that this has been so far?
There's a lot of flocking potential with this game, but they gate it behind a lot of rules and text and a lot of mechanics. You got an 80-page rule book. You got a 34-page learn to play guide,
which doesn't even tell us all of the information we need to have to actually finish off the prologue. There's cards, there's upgrades, there's technology that should be mixing into these various different decks that doesn't get broken down in here. And then the worst part of it all. You want to tell them what the worst part of it all is? Because
trying to find the cards?
Oh my gosh.
Trying to find the cards.
Oh my gosh.
There's a flocking 11-page errata on BGG that links to a 16-page document on just how to find the cards that go in the 34-page book.
You know, when you're putting cards together, when you're getting things cut and organized and sorted, there's a few things that you'd think you would do. First off, you'd think that you'd number all the cards that you have, and the good news is every card is numbered. Every card has a little barcode down at the very bottom that says the number that card is. You know what's not listed anywhere in any of the guides, rule books, or anything?
There's no flocking number.
There's not a single number. Okay, great. So ignore the numbers. The good thing is that if you take those cards and you at least have them in piles and stacks that correspond with one another, you can probably find everything you're looking for, which is great. You know why that doesn't work in this game?
Because you're looking for a card called Primordial Dawn, but it's on the back of Bridge Tholos.
Yeah.
And it's the case over and over and over again.
Multiple cards have double sides, which means you can't just look through one half of the deck to find it. Instead, you have to flip the whole deck over. So you're looking in the right deck, but you didn't see the card. Well, it's because the card is actually printed on the backside of another card. Or, like one very specific instance with the prologue fight, the card wasn't even in the right type of card. To save some printing paper because of a printing error, they stuck it on the backside of another card that isn't even relevant to the thing that you're doing.
Yep.
So it's not right at all. And then let's take a step back. We don't have a number, right? We do have a number, but we don't list the number. That'd be too much work. We did put the cards in the correct stack, but because they're duplicated and named differently, you can't find them by looking through that stack. At least tell me they put the cards in some type of alphabetical or sequential order so that when I'm picking up a deck of cards, I can maybe pull the top 3 off knowing that the prologue is going to be dealing with those.
Here's an unshuffled technology deck. Awaking Studies, Quantum Propylon, Sun Shielding, Titan Genetic Memory.
No. But that's because those first 3 cards are the first 3 cards we have to deal with, right? Because the technology branches from 1 to 2 to 3. So it makes sense to order this entire stack of cards in the way that the technology actually grows out. If I get the Awakening Studies, the back of this card is going to tell me what technology I should add on when I have this. As long as I have a Daton Compliance, this is the end of a technology line. It leads to nothing. This card leads to nothing. Let's try the back of it, though, because this is probably the end of the deck. This one here, if I have Labyrinthos Sightings, this is going to lead to Labyrinthos Autopsy and Specialized Threatum Weapons, which is not Fate Sync. It's not Crisis Protocol. Let me just find these. If you just want to keep yelling at them, I'll find these cards. Don't worry. It's
flocking ridiculous.
You want to just...
After 80 pages of rules, 34 pages of story, tutorial, 11 pages of errata, 16 pages of how to find the cards for the beginner part, we had a nice little paragraph here. It ended, now you're 1/3 of the way towards unlocking a new ability and having a breakthrough. Simple. It's flocking simple.
It's flocking simple. It's super simple. Don't...
Right over here in the little shaded box.
I don't actually... Can you hand me the other stack of tech cards? Because I haven't found this yet. If you want to just keep walking them through.
It might be in that flocking deck.
Still looking for the Labyrinthos Autopsy. And, here's one of them. Found that one great. And the specialized Thrium weapons, it's almost like during the entire course of the gameplay, we're either going to have to find a way to organize the cards ourselves or do this. This. We spent probably an hour of the 5 hours we spent on the prologue doing this. Let me find this last card. Don't worry. You don't wait for me. You just keep on telling them what you think.
Easily a third of our time was flocking looking for components that we couldn't find.
You know, and the worst part about this is the game seems really cool.
Yes.
The game seems really cool. I'm really excited to play it. Like, we specifically invited you down here to learn table and get this in front of us. I wanted to dive into this. This is like, you know, Kingdom Death ripoff, some might say, you know, Seventh Continent merged in, a little bit of Tainted Grail with a story. But I don't care if it is any of those things, because I want to love it. I love those other titles. I love what they're promising me. But a game this size that's merging 3 massive games into one complex cacophony, you can't then mess this up.
I flocking agree.
Good thing it's simple.
Really simple. And it tells you in the Learn to Play a few times. Simply do this. Simple. Simply this. Simple. It's not simple.
See you next time. Have a good flocking day.